Hello everyone and welcome back to another FAF cast. This time we are on Twin Rivers in a 3v3, my favorite map, but for 4v4s, or 2v2s I mean, sorry, not 4v4s. However, we're going to have two front positions and a air slot as well. We're going to get started down here with Team 2 in the bottom left corner. Here in the front left position, we're going to have Sai going UEF first land. This is a Noobs match, by the way. We're going to be green. In the right front slot, we're going to have Arhan going Seraphim, opening Pigeons. Gotta love these noob games here. We're going to see some interesting stuff, I hope. In the air slot for them, we are going to be opening first air, and we have a red Scipio going Cybrin. And it looks like we have put Sai, the high-rated player on our team, in the front left position. On Team 1, our high-rated player is in the air. That seems a bit unbalanced to me, but so be it. This is an noob match, and we are only watching it to get some nice plays going on here, some nice noobish plays, I presume. But down here in the right position, the right lower position for Team 1, we're going to have GGX. We are a 100 rated player, and we are blue, going to be opening UEF. And in the upper left hand position for Team 1, we have Fratella opening first land, going UEF. We began our land factory and decided that we wanted to take a little stroll through the park here. In the rear slot, the air slot, we have our high-rated player. He knows a bit more what he's doing. We have Stromaster, and we are going the best faction of all, Cybrin, opening first land, getting our Hydra up, and we're going to be building second and third air, just what your air slot should be doing. Over here in the air slot for Team 1. Team 2. This is going to be Team 1, this is going to be Team 2. I'm sorry, I messed it up at the beginning. It's just so much easier if I go left from right. Team 1 and Team 2. We have a bomber out. We actually went first air here in the front position. We have a bomber out from Arhan. Maybe going to be trying to harass the front opposing player. But it looks like we just wanted to fly over his base. We have not dropped any bombs. We have not targeted anything either until just now. But we took that target away. And we are now going to be dropping on these pigeons. But we do get our anti-air unit out here, and that bomber is not going to last very long. We might drop another bomb off here and maybe take out a pigeon. No, not even close. But now we do have a 2-1 bomber here that they can reclaim if they so choose. However, I don't see that happening in this noob match. Back here, the rear air player going second air now. We do have a transport out. That's a smart thing to do. We're going to be going for these side positions here. We have a raid possibly on the way from the air player of Team 2 on the left-hand side of the field. We are walking our comm forward. We know as high-rated players that there is some mass up here that you do want to collect to get ahead in the game. We also have a raid preparing on the right-hand side of the field for Team 2. We have a bomber out again from the front player here for Team 1. And we now have a land factory up. I'm not sure what we're building here. We are building some tanks. That is a good start. The air player for Team 1 now sending his transport over to the right island. And it looks like we are building up some jesters here. I'm not sure what the plan for that is. Are we building more of them? Looks like we may be building another one. I believe that's a Jester. But we are immediately going to move this Jester out and let it be known that we have it. We're going to take out the raid that is going on here from Team 2 pushing Team 1. Yellow's Calm actually not going for the mass here. I thought he was going to, seeing as he is an 800 rated player, I thought he was going to, but he has decided against it. Being a 700 rated player and knowing that your air is not going to be that good since he is negative 100, I assumed he would have built his own air factories, but I guess not. And the raid from Strowmaster now going to push forward and take out an NG, a Mex, maybe a second Mex as well from that of Sai. Sai now going for the gun upgrade on his comm. But he is against 2 ACUs up in the front position. Strowmaster now building some T1, knowing that he's probably one air. The Jester out from Team 1 from Scipio. Needs to deal with this raid here, or someone needs to get something to deal with this raid. We do have an NG over here. We went straight for an anti-air turret. Not a bad call. We need to get a factory up, though, so we can get some more NGs out over here. The air player for Team 2, though, getting the other island. We have not built an anti-air turret, knowing that we are winning air over there. We do have interceptors flowing out now from the air player of Team 1. Not a bad call. We have a few Jesters on the field just sitting there as protection from these raids. We now have a bomber out from Strowmaster. Maybe going for this right-hand side. No, we're going to go drop it with a transport and an NG. The NG over here building a second anti-air turret. I don't think this turret can see this drop-off, though. It cannot, and that is going to get through, and we're probably going to immediately start work on a factory over here from Strowmaster, if I assume correctly, as he is 800 and knows that he should build a factory. Yes, that is exactly what he is going to do. Scipio down here building more anti-air turrets, trying to hold the side. But you've already lost it as you've been dropped, and we have a land factor on the way. You shouldn't be building these anti-air turrets as you are in the air slot, so you should just be building air to come over here and protect. Maybe he doesn't know that he's in the air slot. I'm not sure. Let me look at the... No one has mentioned it to him. Maybe he doesn't know he's in the air slot. I'm not sure. I'm not one to judge these noobs, though. However, Sai now pushing the front position, and we have Jesters out here as well. We need to target Yellow's ACU. He is the high-rated player on their team. Can they take him out here? If you take him out, you are against 2 noobs. You will have 2 noobs, two noobs, and a mid-range player. The Jesters still going all-out attack on Strowmaster. We need to get this lamb spam down the field a lot faster. Strowmaster is still taking fire from the Jesters. Scipio has some interceptors in here. He's brought them in to intercept the interceptors of Strowmaster. He is doing a good job with this attack. We need to get some land anti-air in here. These interceptors still in here. We're going to take out the bombers that are coming in from Strowmaster. Strowmaster has taken down, or not Strowmaster, actually, Fratella has taken down the Jesters that were threatening the ACU of Strowmaster. But Sai now going to be pushing forward with his comm. He has gun. He knows that neither of the other 2 comms have gun. They are not upgraded. He knows that he can just walk into this base with his comm. He knows that Strowmaster is going to be retreating, as he almost just died to Jesters. We have some more Jesters out from Scipio now. I'm not sure if we're going to try and continue this snipe or not. Or maybe we're going to go after GG over here, who is looking a little low on health, but so is Arhan, who is trying to push him. They're both looking a little low on health, but now we have Jesters out trying to snipe Scipio, but we do have some anti-air units in here, and those Jesters aren't going to last very long with those anti-air units in here, unless they get killed by the land units of Arhan. Arhan doesn't seem to be targeting the anti-air. The Jester is now going to retreat, seeing that that was a futile response. Sai going to build some bold forward factories up here. We have Strowmaster walking around the corner. Sai sitting on full health with that gun upgrade. We could move out over here and possibly take out Strowmaster. At the beginning of this game, I was thinking that the team of Strowmaster was going to win. We have Jester spam now attacking the comm of GG. We need to get some anti-air units out of here again, as you just don't have much protection. But I thought Strowmaster was going to win this, as he seemed like the better air player. However, he moved forward to help his friends, maybe thinking the air wasn't going to be that important. But now they are dealing with the consequences of those actions, as Jester's about to possibly snipe the comm of GG. Sai up here taking fire from bombers as he's harassing around inside the base of GG. GG going to go down in the midfield to Jesters. Strowmaster going to get started on another factory up here. I'm not sure if that was no share, that explosion was no share, or if that explosion was from the land units. However, Strowmaster now pushing on Sai's position. Sai still having gun. I'm not sure if he has an overcharge or not. Overcharge would help a bit. But we do have some mongooses out from Fratella. Fratella going T2. Not something I would have expected from a negative 100 rated player, but I love to see it. I'd love to see these guys getting involved in T2. We are now getting spammed by T1 bombers, but we do have a pretty nice sized army back here. We have a lot of NGs just sitting around back here for Sai. Not exactly sure what his plan now is. I believe this is building tanks, yes. I'm not exactly sure why Sai decided to retreat other than the bombers. You should have been covered by Scipio, and your gun comm could have destroyed all of these land units. Oh yes, the mongoose. That is why we left. We are now mongoose spamming over here from Fratella. This is now turned into a 2v1. We now have a 2T air factory up with some Corsairs. We're going to be building up some Corsairs back here for Scipio. Let's look at his economy real quick. Hopefully we don't get the big black boxes of death from the NGs. We are not getting the big black box of death yet. We are stalling mass a little bit now as we try to build this T2 Pigeon. Maybe need to pause this air factory. This Corsair is not as important right now. You don't really need to go for a snipe right now. You're holding pretty steadily. What have we got going on back here? We are still just T1 air for the team of T2, but we do have a T2 land factory out from the air, what I would assume is the air player anyways. Another land factory on the way from Fratella. Any air factories over here? Yes, we have several over here, but no T2. However, we are about to be spamming interceptors to deal with some of this Jester spam that we've had. interceptors taking fire there for a second from some land units. We have a substantial army on the left side from Sai. Do we have T2 in the mix? We do not yet. We are still just T1 land spamming and building some T1 PD, trying to hold this left side for when our army leaves, not wanting to leave this side with his army and then immediately get overran. As soon as he leaves, we're building some T1 PD to try to keep that from happening, as well as grab some reclaim while we are over there. Sai, if you get overcharged, you can take out this army that is pushing you. We do have a T2 mobile flak out now, absolutely destroying the interceptors of Scipio. Scipio looking like he no longer is going to have air superiority. However, Sai now pushing the base of Fratella. Fratella is the first one who went T2 for Team 2. That rhymed a little bit. He is the first one that went T2 for Team 2. He is looking like the dangerous player, probably in the eyes of Sai. We're going to be pushing his base. We are about to be met by mongooses. However, the right side clearing up now, but Sai still moving back towards his base. You got this gun upgrade. You should be on the front lines using it, dealing with some of the spam, instead of leaving it all to die by Arhan. Arhan looking like he has a gun upgrade of his own, actually. However, he is being surrounded by the spam of Strawmaster, and it looks like the attack from Sai on the base of Fratella, just going to be a mass donation if he so chooses to reclaim it. I'm not sure if he will or not. Not sure where the Corsair... Oh, we have several Corsairs out. We have 2 Corsairs out. I'm not sure if that's enough for whatever you are planning, as you have lost the air advantage, I believe. You're going to need more than just 2 Corsairs for a snipe. White on half health, going to be retreating away from yellow a little bit here. Now going for a couple T2 land factories back here for Sai, realizing that he needs to get in the T2 game, realizing that he has beat from both of his opponents to the T2 land game. I'm not sure if his teammate has gone T2 land or not. No, he just has a bunch of T1 factories. Is this one going T2? No, we are just building that one. We need to stop building the T1 factories and possibly build some T2 factories. Strawmaster now having control of both islands, has control of all of the maps on these islands, but it doesn't really look like he's taking it, as he just needs to APM so much right now, as it is a 2v1 and he is the high-rated player on his team. He is a little bit expected to carry. We're getting some reclaim over here, Strawmaster is anyways. Fratella not looking like he's too worried about collecting this reclaim. I wasn't either when I was around his rating, not realizing how useful that actually is. I thought the more mexes I had, the better. However, that being true, you get the mass reclaim, you can get those mexes even faster. We have some bad pathfinding here from Arhan, as half of his army that he is pushing is going to be stuck on the other side of this wall. Strawmaster sees this with his interceptors, is now going to be moving his units to intercept this raid that Arhan was trying to get off. We now have a army of mongooses from Sai going to be moving in. I'm not sure if he's going to be going after this forward base of Strawmaster or the base of Fratella. However, he just lost a battle against Fratella, and it looks like he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mongooses in that army. And you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mongooses here, Plus, Fratella has an additional army and some shield coverage to back up his mongooses. You are not going to win this fight, Sci-Fi, sorry. Scipio still going with the Corsair move. We now have built up what looks to be 4 of them. Trying to go for a snipe, probably. Strawmaster still just sitting on T1 air. It looks like we do have a T2 air factor over here, but it is paused. Finally going to collect the mass extractors and the reclaim on this southern island as things have slowed down for a minute, come to a pause. The mongooses, realizing that they were not going to get through on Fertilla's base, now going to be moving towards the forward base of Strawmaster. Strawmaster has some rhinos, though. A lot of rhinos, in fact, and these mongooses are going to immediately die to the rhinos. We do have a lot more mongooses here, though. Don't you worry. I'm not sure we killed a single rhino in this battle, though. Sai now going T2 on the ACU. We have now built up 5 Corsairs and some gunships. We could be seeing a potential air snipe here. Strawmaster sitting out in the open. I don't see any ground. Actually, we do have a single T1 air. And a couple over here in the interceptors that we have. The Corsair's going to get through. We do have some T2 mobile air over here, though. Another Corsair done, and probably another on the way as well. Looks like we may be going T3 air over here. Let's go ahead and check out the economy of Scipio. We are not stalling anything currently. So we can continue to make these Corsairs and gunships as much as we want, but we need to do something with them quickly before we get too far behind an air. We need to start making some interceptors to deal with the interceptors of Strawmaster, or your air is not going to get through to anything. Both teams looking like they're just sitting back and ecoing. Sai T2 on all 4 of his land factories now. Is Aran has gone T2 on 1, 2, on going for a 3rd. Now we have 3, we're going for on the 4th land factory. I heard something explode somewhere, but I'm not sure where. We now have a scout out from Strawmaster. He should maybe saw this. I'm not sure. Let's click on him. We do see the T3 Pigeon in the T3 Air Factory. Strawmaster does. Realizing that he's behind on air now. We do have T3 land back here, though. Getting started on a T3 Pigeon. Realizing that we are behind on air, though, is he going to try and rush a T3 Air Factory? I'm not sure. However, we do have T3 land. If we're going to go for a snipe, we need to do it now, especially since the Corsairs have now fought some interceptors. If we are going to attempt a snipe, we need to do it now before Strawmaster starts getting in the T3 air game. Our T3 Air Factory paused over here, but we do still have assistance on it. So whatever we are building here is going to continue to build. Not sure if he realizes this or not. We do have a lot of air units here. For a snipe, we could maybe go in and get one. We would get at least one pass off from those Corsairs. Not sure about a second one. I don't think we are vet at all. No, we are not, I don't believe. one pass from those Corsairs might be able to do it. We have 3, 6, 7, 8. I'm not sure how many it takes. But you do have 8, and you will probably be able to get several shots off from these Renegades as well. Still just pumping out T3 NGs from this T3 land factory. And no, it looks like we're actually queuing up some bricks now, I believe. Have we gone T3 on anything back here? No, we have not. So we are about to be out-teched. Team 1 and Team 2. I'm going to fast forward a little bit and get to some of the action that is going to happen. That I assume is going to happen. As both teams just chill and eco. Currently, we're getting some T2 units out now from Arhan. And we now have our first brick out from Strawmaster. Team 1 not looking very good at this point unless they get the snipe out. We have a strap bomber out now. Are we going to scout first? I don't think we're going to scout first. We are just going to immediately send this strap bomber out. Do we know where the column of Strawmaster is? We need to send these in as well. You need to scout first, Scipio. This is going to be a hard lesson for you, as your strap bomber is about to get shot down by some interceptors, as you have no air coverage on it. However, that should have just made way for this snipe to come through. I'm not sure if you saw the comm of Strawmaster or not. Strawmaster has built an experimental unit. We now have a monkey on the field. We have skipped the T3 phase-ish and just went straight T4. The strap bomber now seeing Strawmaster. No! We still haven't seen Strawmaster. We're just flying through the interceptors. The Monkey Lord now going to shoot its anti-air at the strap bomber. The strap bomber is going to go down. Strawmaster just got a lot of mass from that strap bomber. We were trying to take out the T3 Pigeon, but we just couldn't get to it in time. We need to move this snipe out now, immediately. You should know exactly where Strawmaster is standing. Your strap bomber flew directly over it. Just highlight all of these and your strap bomber and go after Strawmaster right now. You need to get it out there. They have a monkey. Scipio could win this game for his team if he would just use these units that he has built up. The monkey now moving towards the front lines. Sai moving all of his units to the right side, maybe in preparation for this monkey. I'm sure he knows that they have it. And if, as it has been shooting at the strap bomber and other units, I'm not sure exactly what their plan is going to be now. Except for snipe the monkey, that's all they really can do. Scipio needs to snipe it. Although he should have sniped. This is maybe going to be a mass donation. No, Arhan goes down to the Monkey Lord, and all of the air units from Scipio die in that explosion. Are we going to be able to take this monkey with the strap bomber before the strat dies? Can we get one more pass off to take out the monkey? We do, in fact, get that last pass off. However, we have the T3 units now moving into Scipio's base, and I'm pretty sure he has nothing to do with this other than these 3 strats. You need to target the brick with one of those strats. Take out the brick. Your comm is sitting there completely defenseless. Sai moving forward with Titans of his own. Scipio still dropping strats inside his own base, trying to take care of these units. His comm now losing health from these units, but we don't care about that. We're going to just take out your eco. Continuing to drop strats on these units that are in the base of Scipio. The T3 units of Sai going down. Sai control case. Scipio going to die here, and no share is on, so I'm not sure why they're not just targeting the comm of Scipio. But this game is over. The GG came out from Sai. Scipio is sitting here completely defenseless. He control Ks, and that is going to be the game. That was a fantastic game of Noobs versus Noobs. It was looking in favor of Team 1 down here. They had the air. They could have possibly gotten a snipe off on Stromaster, but they just didn't feel comfortable going for it. However, that was a great play. They did take out the monkey, which is impressive for the Noobs of this game. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did, and if you did, go ahead and drop a like down below, and if you're not already, make sure you subscribe. That is going to be it for this one, guys. I hope to see you next time in the cast. Have a beautiful night, guys.